means, but
it's Tigervision.
That's a fantastic point. Actually, that's a really good point.
Everyone knows what I mean except for Brian. So
I just
because you weren't.
You weren't here. You missed a lot
I know
of.
what you mean.
We had a lot of conversations.
We have a marker. We're on? Yeah, hit record. Perfect. I don't know.
Oh wait, are we just going?
I don't know why the Lindsey Vonn.
Are we just going?
Yeah.
That's move the disc thing or whatever?
I did that.
Okay, cool. I don't know why the Lindsey Vonn thing ticks me off, but it does.
Because you hate women.
No.
Vaughn, that should be your hot take. That'd be crazy. We should all go around and say one thing we hate about women.
Oh, great.
Dude, we'd be canceled. I'm using this for like.
I'm just.
My mom's gonna see this. My girlfriend's gonna see this. It's gonna be terrible for me.
I say live.
Bad PR
We're
for me.
recording. So welcome back
Coming
to Be
at
For
you
Real.
live.
Yeah, live. Live
Hey,
one day before.
just you wait. We should live stream this.
You're very
This is-
That'd be really funny.
Screen. True.
Yeah, Drew, you might want to scoot in.
I will.
If you can't tell, we're doing
Viewers
this
by the second.
by the hour.
I think it's just like a 2-hour live stream of us just yapping.
That would be funny.
If
Can you
people
see me?
want to see the you're good. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Raise awareness.
Raise awareness for being real. Welcome to Be For Real. If you can't tell, we are a little discombobulated right now.
It's
I love
9
that word,
p.m.
man. I love that
It's a
word.
little late.
It's 8:54. All right,
Past my bedtime.
It's 8:53. My
Cool.
bad. But we're here and we're excited. And we were ranting about a lot of things beforehand, but we were just brainstorming ideas for our hot takes. So I don't know all the stuff that we were ranting about. I just know I was ranting.
You weren't there for it, right?
Yeah, my Lindsey Vonn thing, it's very simple. I think she was overpraised growing up. Because I thought she was like the next coming of Michael Phelps in the skiing world. And she's only ever had 1 Olympic gold medal and 2 bronze in 7 Olympics. So nothing to say she doesn't. It's impressive. But I'm just saying I have the same amount of silver medals in the Olympics as her. I respect what she does. I'm just saying it just shocked me.
Okay.
It just shocked me.
I feel like that's not fair because you do have less golds than she does.
I do have less gold.
So
I just feel like I've been misled my entire life. Like she's talented. She got to the Olympics.
Misled my entire life. How passionate were you about women skiing in your life? Like
I was
how formulative was this
because
in
people
childhood?
tell me they're like, what's like the goat of each sport? And then when I'd be like skiing, I'd be like, oh, Lindsey Vonn. Apparently it's
I
Michaela.
think
Schifrin.
I've never heard someone.
Now it's Michaela Schifrin. Like she's definitely got it.
What is the Asian
It's
girl?
that's Chloe
the
Kim.
American-
She's
yeah,
Chloe Kim.
No,
snowboarding.
Chloe can snowboard.
You're right.
No, the other one is
But-
what's her name?
It's
Eileen
definitely-
Gu.
it's definitely-
Eileen Gu's actually the best.
It's definitely like
skier.
some Danish girl. It's probably not an American. That's all I know.
Like best skier? It's
Yeah.
Eileen Gu.
This is probably-
who's an American.
Okay.
Who's
This
a
sounds like
Pacific
you were
American.
Chinese, yeah.
propagated too.
Pacific American.
Sounds like American propaganda.
That's what I'm saying.
Sounds like nationalistic.
Dude,
Granny was when we were
all
growing up, she
sports
was like
at
the
this point
phenom.
are like.
She was the phenom.
Otani.
They're not like that.
I think like Babe Ruth.
But I think if you look at the international sports talk, America, it's all propaganda.
But you know how
Yeah,
when
for
we
sure.
did like America and we had soccer and hockey going, so you had like for example Christian Pulisic and Jack Hughes, like those are like the two, or like maybe Austin Matthews. Like the equivalent to that would have been like Alex Morgan and Lindsey Vonn growing up, where you had like the other one I was thinking like Sean White.
So
Yeah.
an interesting claim. We talked about that before.
Now Sean White's actually like he's goated, like he's got a lot.
not as good as.
I don't know. I think people also. That's one I think people overrate the most. He was very good, but he was not far and away.
He also had
He had a cool video game.
Yeah, he was cool, but-
charismatic, and he was just a cool guy.
Yeah.
For like
He also had like a fire name, the
millennials
Flying
and
Tomato.
teenagers to love. Yeah.
The Flying
Yeah.
Tomato is.
I don't want to spend a 9 p.m. Beef Real show on skiing.
No, we're not. I just was trying to explain why we had a little bit of a crazy episode. But we're going into hot takes, so why not hear more? Anyone want to go first with their hot take?
You should go first.
Dude, which one should I do?
Just what?
Do you want me to do my Jim Jeffries one, or do you want me to do
Which
my
one calls to?
Let me hear Jim Jeffries.
No, what do you feel most passionate about?
My Jim Jeffries one is pretty easy. Do you know who Jim Jeffries is? Okay, he's an Australian comedian who's cool as hell, and he's a little ratchet, but we let it go because he's amazing. And I think he should be the comedic relief in every single movie that's ever born.
Okay.
When I saw Jim Jeffries, because me and Kitten just watched him, and it's this really, really bad football movie about what's the story about it?
Isn't that
It's about
is that like the cult one?
It's like a
Monopolization
CTE,
of-
like he has CTE and he's going crazy, and everyone's trying to take advantage of him and leech his money while he's also going crazy.
Wasn't that like the cult movie? Where
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the cult movie.
I feel like that was like the big point. It wasn't the
Well,
CTE.
he
It
didn't,
was
he
he's
didn't
getting.
watch the end of it, so we didn't really know
I
that.
didn't watch
that.
He tuned out for the last 30 minutes. But
I saw Jim Jeffries.
I heard it's really bad, but I
Point
it didn't
being,
make a point though.
It's a good
it's
bad
so
movie.
bad, but watching Jim Jeffries as the main doctor in that movie made it. It went from 1.5 stars on or 1 star on Letterboxd to probably 2.5.
Wait, I can't. So one like
to
like
2.5?
extra, one like side
1.5.
character is enough to do that.
One
Yeah,
side,
dude.
yes.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What are other movies that have done that? One side character.
Oh my God, there's so many, but it's so hard to think
Yeah.
off the top of my
I'm
head.
sure,
Like,
but-
especially, I feel like a lot of kids' movies do that and stuff. The villain in Rio is really charming. I feel like there's a lot of Disney movies that
Which
suck.
one's the villain?
There's a lot
No.
of Disney movies that suck with a really
Okay,
charming villain.
I do agree. I feel like in Rio though, it was the two sideburns. It was Pedro, and the other one.
Who was that?
I forgot his name. It was the one with like the bottle cap on his head.
Bird? You thought they were the villain?
No. I think those two side characters made the movie
What
better.
if that's like a theory?
There's-
Like they
I'm
actually put
sure
strings behind everything?
someone has a conspiracy for that, and I would love to hear it, but I don't know it.
Next episode.
Next episode. I don't know. I feel like Jim Jeffries is a hot take because I would say if I could pick one comedian, dead or alive, to be a comedic relief in any movie, it's Robin Williams.
But he's dead and not Australian.
I said
Jim
dead
Jeffries
or
is
alive.
Australian. That's a big deal.
Okay.
Jim Jeffries got his career started. His career, big part of his career started by moving to America, pretty much broke with nothing, and then he failed, and then he fell down alcoholism, and he blacked out, and he recorded a special, and became one of the biggest specials of all like he's ever done, and it's his greatest special ever, and he does not remember any of it. And then he lived a pretty tough life like that, and has kind of gotten back on his feet, and he's this like radical libertarian. It's like a more raunch. It's like if Louis C.K. was trying really hard to angrily prove to you he's not joking and stuff, and that's kind of what Jim Jeffries is.
Okay.
But as a comedic relief in a movie, it works very well because I think he's very disassociated. I'm trying to add some psychology. Like he's very disassociated from his own self and his own reality. So I think he's a good actor, and he's Australian, so he has that charm. So he can kind of play the like he's a dick, but he's also Australian, and that hits every spectrum of likability. From like a charming villain to a charming, lovable best
Okay,
friend, you know?
sure.
And I think he has the most range where it's like he can play so many different roles. Where it's like give him a dozen lines, I think he make any. I would say maybe he shouldn't be the comic relief for every movie, but I think giving him a dozen lines makes every single movie better. There's no movie where he'd make it worse.
Okay, sure.
So
I don't know Jim Jeffries too well, and I know you guys know him better, but I feel like the way you explained it is that you're basically saying that you should give fame to a guy that backed into fame after having a crazy night.
Well, he
Okay, that's not fair.
Wow,
Dude, nah. He grinded for like 38 years, and then he just was. He grinded for like 38 years, and then just realized that when he gets too drunk at a bar is when people are laughing the most, and he just decided
It's kind of like, it's like
who cares anymore?
It's like suppressing the
like that.
subconscious thoughts, and you
Yeah,
just kind of
yeah.
go out there and you just let it go and like
Yeah,
relax.
he had a background in doing comedy. Like if you ask him like, what's your writing process like, he'll give you a sophisticated answer on like the art of storytelling and the using a punchline and stuff. He has that repertoire. It's just, and he's sober now. He just gets really high now. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was also like
Sure.
throwing him. He wasn't like a comedian too. He was
No, he was
actually like
serious.
acting, and he was
Yeah.
kind of good.
I thought he was joking every time he opened his mouth because I've only seen him in comedy and stuff. His IMDb is 3 movies. Yeah, but he's insightful. I'll give you one of my favorite Jim Jeffries quotes he ever had was when he said, when I was young, all I wanted to ever do was make people laugh. And then I started doing that, and I was like, you know, I ought to get paid for doing this. And I started getting paid, and I was like, you know what, I should put a headline for these celebrities. I'm as good as these headliners. And a headline, I was like, I'm better than the main acts. I should be a main act. And I became a main act, and I said I should be able to go to America. I went to America. I said I should get a TV deal. I got a TV deal. I said I should be able to go arena tour. Started touring arenas, and I said, you know what, I should be a movie star, and I'm not a movie star, and I'm going to kill myself. And he was like, dreams never end.
So he's just-
dreams are awful. Like that's
Okay.
That's the way to check this guy out.
You know what?
If you're like,
You
who is this
have
guy?
to.
That's my favorite Jim Jeffries line/joke. and
Good
stuff.
for him, yeah.
Doesn't make me
Good
laugh
for
the
him.
hardest, but
Yeah.
it makes me think and laugh, and that's what I like to do with that.
Okay.
Dreams die though. Dreams don't end, which is why they suck. That's insane.
I see the point though.
Yeah,
I get
Isn't
it.
it good? Isn't it good for dreams not to end?
Well, to yes and no. If you like keep wanting more, you'll never be truly satisfied with life.
Yeah, but how will you ever like exceed
Well, exactly.
what
So
you
it's
expect?
good and it's good and bad.
How do you end though? How do you end your life satisfied?
You don't.
I
Do you ever find
think you just get
satisfaction?
old, and then you just see who's still around. And that,
You're not so like.
Well, I feel like at a point you get to the point where you're like, okay, I've done all that I can do,
yeah.
and either you're like, good job, or it sucks.
I think you're gonna feel.
Man, I could've done better
so,
there.
I think you're just gonna feel so many things when you're old. Like you're gonna feel so like let's say you're like getting taken care of by like your daughter. You're gonna feel so sad that your daughter feels burdened by having to do that, and also so touched that you raised someone right who takes care of you when you're old and stuff. Like, and I think everything you'll feel a combination of those emotions and stuff.
Yeah.
You'll feel like you figured things out a little too late, but you also feel nice that you figured things out. Like I think life's complicated and hard. You know, that's my hot take.
Hot take.
Thanks, Caden. Thank you,
yeah.
Caden.
Yeah.
Life is complicated and
hard.
That's insane. I just feel like I don't know. I'm just sitting there with like, when you get older, I want to know what it feels like to get older. I'm going to experience it at some point in my life.
I just know for like a day.
I feel like people always say that you don't.
I don't want to get older, but I want to understand what it feels like because it's
That's
like
me
how.
today.
Because right now, if I
got it.
if I had my same thoughts right now, like I just feel like I would never get rid of them. As far as like I want to be active, I want to run around, I want to play soccer and all that stuff. But I know my body's going to break down when I get older if I make it that long as age goes.
That's a little morbid.
Can I
If I'm lucky enough, like you never know what happens.
Can I get my hot take and we can keep going on this conversation? It's kind of the same thing. It's that people live too long. In general. People live too long. That's my hot take, okay? Because my thought is this is when I want to stop living, okay? Once I wake up and the first thing I think that morning is like, how do I relieve all this pain today? Like that's what it is and stuff. And I feel like you live like on average 13 years like that and stuff. That is so much time. That's like as long as I basically had memories.
I feel like there's so many
I
like.
want to live 70 years. And I think the idea of we used to live for 30 years. That for most of history, a slight majority of history, we lived for about 30 years. And then we just started rotting for longer. Every century we just rot a little bit longer and stuff. And our bodies are just decaying and rotting and stuff like that. Like, I mean, is a 30-year-old man in the 1400s much less healthy than a 30-year-old man now? Like, not necessarily and stuff. I mean, they just get sick a little sooner and stuff. I think like 65 we're good. 65 is good.
Just cut it off?
See your grandkids as little kids. And like maybe see one or two grandkids as little kids and stuff. That's gotta be such a fulfilling feeling, and then you're gone.
You don't want to see like your great grandkids?
Yeah, I feel like
No, I don't care. I don't care.
Your daughter or your son, they give birth to the kids, you know, they have their grandkids, and then you're just like, all right, peace out.
I want to see that
I want to see everyone.
I want to see that I raised good parents. I don't care if my grandkids, kids raised good parents as well. I don't really care. That's the point where it's like, I'm not willing to put up with 10 years of pain.
But let's say you start feeling pain at 65, but you decide to keep going, and all of a sudden you're hitting like 98, and you're still waking up with pain. Are you striving for that 100th year?
No,
I think at a point, yes.
Yeah,
I see what you mean.
99.2.
I think once you hit 90, you gotta keep
I think it's a
going.
pacer test.
My friend,
You get tired at the end, but you still want to hit the 100.
my friend just got
You could try harder than I did to hit your test.
I did pass the 100.
I was like, I tried to be like wait for like 7 people to lose, and like, all right, I did enough.
I stopped once kids were like, I just want to go play basketball because I got to play basketball after. And
No.
once the clear best kid lost on purpose, I lost on purpose right after. It's like, okay, cool.
No, but see, here's the thing that people don't understand, all right? And this may just be a hot take, but it wasn't the one I was planning. Going for 100 is a lot better. You got to go for everything you got. You've got to go.
You're not gonna make it.
I'm talking about pacing test.
Okay.
Because I'm sitting there and I'm like,
You get nothing.
no,
from that.
but-
There is
but just
nothing
like
besides self gratification.
Exactly. We just talked about satisfying and waking up and being like, man, I did it. Well, I did it, all right? I hit 105 with the pacer test. And you know what I realized? Yeah, people were booing for me. They were like, just get done. It's 87.
As they should.
But you got to get through those negative thoughts because by the time I hit 95, 96, people were like, get to 100. Go ahead. Get for it. I also have people stand up on the bleachers. They were shouting my name.
Y'all think you PR on the
Hit 100.
pacer test today?
No.
Do you think you PR on the
I
pacer
need
test today?
210.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. PR?
What?
Maybe.
Yeah, like right now,
He
do
said
better
double.
than you did when you took it as a kid.
No.
PR, not double.
Probably.
PR? I might be able to
Definite
do
no.
it.
I don't know. If
Definite no.
I might.
I think I was
I'm a
faster as a
definite
kid.
no.
I think I was faster.
Well, it's not
as a
about
kid.
faster. It's about being
Yeah, it's just
endurance.
stamina.
I think my
endurance.
cardiovascular health was better when I was a kid.
Actually, no, I think you're right.
I was
I'm in
smoking
between.
less
I
as a kid.
think
I think I'm just a lot I'm just a lot like taller. Like there's a lot like more to move around.
My
Like
joints-
smoking very often.
I've been
Opposite
rotting a lot as I was talking about my take and stuff.
No, I feel like I could come
Interesting.
close.
My friends in the nursing industry, or just reached the nursing. It's not. Is it an industry? It's in the nursing
Yeah.
business.
It's just the
And she said
profession.
Her boss was talking about how a lot of times old people dress up in like really nice clothes to go to the doctor because that's like the only time they really need to go out and socialize with people and stuff.
actually sad.
That's so sad. That'll be all of us someday, or we'll die and leave our wives alone. Like,
Or-
that's what every man does. Is one of those two things.
Or maybe we go out and play pickleball. Like, do something
But
productive.
there is also a limit. I think about 65 the point is like, all right, you gotta. That's gotta be done
You
too.
just every day think about how
I
much you
think-
love your kids and grandkids and can't wait to see them.
So where do you
Fine with that.
where do
often are you
think?
seeing them?
I think I would want to go to at least 75.
Lucas Graham has the song 7 Years Old, and he says, I made a man so happy when I wrote a letter once. I hope my children come and visit once or twice a month. That's a sad line. If you're a grandparent and you see your kids twice a month, you're like in the 1% most blessed person and stuff. That is so often to see your children as a grandparent.
But
and
also,
that's a sad line.
That is sad, but you also shouldn't just only be living for the grandparent or for the grandkids.
Okay, or
you
like-
shouldn't just be living for the grandkids because you should be able to go out and enjoy life. Like, okay, I have an aunt that's 109 years old. She lost her husband when she was like 82, and she said that everyone was like, oh, you should be sad, you should mourn, you should do this. She said, no, I still miss him, but just because he died doesn't mean I did. And she goes out. Now she's like,
I think you do have to like make the effort. If you
That's fair.
You have to have a mental
to an
aspect.
extent, you do kind of let it happen. If not like
Yeah.
not entirely, it's not everyone's fault that happens. That's tragic, but you have to like try.
Yeah.
In I don't know. Work
Which
on
makes
that.
me give a hot take is that the senior citizens have the strongest mental health.
I don't think
like
they do.
the
I just
strongest.
I just think we're not asking them how they're doing and they don't complain. But like they're miserable.
I think they just like lived long enough where they they're like okay with their life and they don't even have anything to like.
I think at some point your mental health kind of locks in though, where you're just like you're either gonna be like just hateful all the time or you're just gonna be happy all the time. I think eventually things aren't ebbing and flowing as much because you don't have any more hope.
Yeah, but
And
you're
you
also
have
there
to-
living like you said. If you hit like 65, you're all of a sudden sitting there going like, man, I don't know what day I'm gonna die. But like having that in the back of your thought that you're even coming closer. Like we have that thought now and we get nervous.
Yeah, I think about that.
like them having that at like 65, 70, 75, and they're still pushing and doing out and going out, doing activities.
I think it is a little different though,
My
because
grandmother does
like we
activities all the time,
haven't
and
experienced
she's,
a lot,
like,
and they
doing
have like there's still so much, and I'm like, ooh, just kidding. But then they're like, look at all I had done.
When I'm old, I'm gonna move out by the lake, like this lake, and I'm gonna get a scorecard and go to all Clemson baseball games and keep the scorecard thing.
Are you gonna be that guy?
That's right. Yeah.
There was a guy that sat like the row in front of us to the right at our like minor league baseball team in Birmingham that would do that, and I
I'm going to
respected
talk
that.
about like the 2035 Clemson Tigers run to some younger guy who's being polite, but I'm yapping way too long. Like, I'm
But, like,
35
clearly-
years old.
clearly doesn't
I never
care.
socialize with anyone and stuff, and I'm just like, I'm droning on a little too much. And
He's gonna be there virtually though. It's gonna be like the VR system, and you're just gonna be talking to the dude next to you.
dude. Oh my gosh.
Dude just lifts up his thing, you just see server disconnected.
Yeah.
Just
There's gonna be like I'll be 85. There'll be like a 55-year-old man that kind of remembers the scorecard, like he was a little kid.
oh, my dad
And he'll come
talked
up to me
about
like, oh my god, that's great. My grandpa had those in his attic or something. Show me how to use it. It'll make my year. I mean, it's the best thing ever. Yeah.
All right, before we move on to the next hot take, because I have a question. Like, what do you think is the peak life age?
I think if you can retire at 55 and die at 70, that's perfect.
Well, I was thinking, like, at what point does your body, do you think, starts,
Okay, wait, are we talking about
I
like
think there is one.
people say it's like 30?
30?
People say it's like your
What?
like your
I think
30s.
I think that the most average peak in life is probably
No
if
peak at
you
all.
are in the honeymoon phase, married, and you have your first kid and are still at the end of your athletic prime, and your brain is fully developed.
So
I
what age do you think that
I
would be?
think
Like,
it's
what
I,
age would have to be?
And that's probably
my
late
opinion
20s,
28 to 32.
Yeah, 28 to 32.
Yeah.
That's
Is
all
your
I would
peak?
say.
And then you
that's
start
what
decreasing?
yeah.
Some
No.
fall faster than others?
Decrease is I don't think it's the right way to put it. Yes, but like not like you're not like decreasing.
necessarily-
You're very slightly.
I'm gonna be cynical with it. I think your life gets more fun and it better get more fulfilling. That's kind of what happens. Like
Agreed.
right now, I'm very broke and super free to do whatever I want, whenever I want, and stuff. And I'm gonna have more and more responsibilities, and hopefully have more and more money in the bank, and also more and more people that give me a fulfilling life.
I do think that
That's kinda how
like
it
from
is.
like from like 24 to like 30, you're like that's when you're like working the hardest because like you've
Yeah.
found hopefully like a solid career, but you're still like kind of in the mud of that. Once you get to like you're like mid late 30s, you kind of you probably have like a cushier job, or like
Yeah.
you have people working for you. You can get like, hey, I manage and I make a lot of money.
Yeah,
Like,
you're probably the most underpaid and overworked in your mid-20s. And then I feel like once you're 40, if you've built yourself in a career and like worked hard, you do not deserve to be working.
then you are overpaid.
Yeah, exactly. It's a rite of passage.
Would you ever go to like bars after the Clemson game? You keep all the scores and you go down to like roar.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Not to like look for anyone, just like to enjoy it.
I think it's just the idea of it.
We'd have a little
I
brunette
almost
team.
Go to Weens.
I almost feel like 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s don't do it. 60s, like if it's a 5 p.m. game, go from 8 to 9. 70s, like Maybe.
Okay,
I feel like it's fine.
No, I think you can go with it. Like if it's like before 9:30.
When is it too old to go into a bar?
Like, don't go to Roar,
Well,
obviously.
yeah.
You know, but like, yeah.
Roar has no seats for anyone.
Like-
I'd probably go to a dive bar. It's
not very-
That's probably what I would do. I go to a
TDs?
tiki hut in the lake. That's what I would actually do.
Oh,
I go,
nice.
Yeah,
How old is too old for Clemson?
Okay, well, I think we're talking
That's
like different, like I think he's talking about college bars.
Yeah, no, I want to go to a college bar.
Well, like normal bars that's totally fine. You can go there whenever.
But if you go to like Clemson, like how old is
I
too
heard that
old
to
for a
their bars.
Clemson downtown trip?
Oh, like 23. Yeah, I mean,
23?
I think if you're like 24, whatever like the past grad school date is.
I think if you're
and even grad school, you're pushing
in
it.
grad school, you can get a triple. That's fine.
Okay, I agree.
Just
But-
go to
So you think Shay
Don't go to,
going to
like,
study
Okay.
Don't go.
What was I supposed to say? If you've graduated, it's too late for you.
Once you graduate.
If you're out of Clemson, it's too late for you.
Dang.
Yeah. I think 25.
Okay.
And you can not go anywhere.
I was wondering like
You can go
26.
triple, yeah.
25 you might be pushing. I can agree with that.
I mean,
Like,
I
26.
went to White Beach one time. I saw this guy. I saw this guy that was like
Just find
26.
your
Now that's a little weird.
I don't know.
Like you're
find your
26
White
at White Beach. Like what are you doing there?
I think once you're out of
Was he by
college,
himself?
like
Yeah.
find your club
just
and find
enjoying
your
his
dive
time.
bar.
I
and
feel
go
like
to
grad
that.
students.
Well, he was trying to like talk to us.
No, yeah, I agree with that. Grad students.
So, gosh forbid, just like Kaden said, some people get lonely when they get older. A 26-year-old was at YB by himself
That's
trying to make
sad.
friends.
I was just like, why are you there?
weird.
just don't
Was he
go
a grad
back
student?
to school. Like,
Whole weird story. I can't.
Oh, he's not a grad student?
It was a whole really weird thing. It's
If he's not a grad student, it makes sense. But if he's a grad
really
student,
weird. There's a lot of stuff that I don't understand about that.
we had like a 24, 25-year-old that was like in a business on our basketball team.
Well,
You
yeah.
guys- like, when you guys
I
get
mean,
watched,
no,
like,
I mean,
he was cool.
No, there's a guy.
Instead of Jackson,
There's a guy in my virtual reality
That's
class
not
that's 30.
You said what?
There's a guy in my VR class
I got a guy
that's
born
30.
in 1972, whatever age that is, in one of my classes, and I sit next to him. He's like my best friend. He's awesome. He watches all my reels and is like, "Dude, that's so cool. You know all this stuff." And he would just talk about like midgets and baseball and stuff like that. He's the best.
1972.
He's
That puts in like 29, 28.
How old are you?
You
28,
have so
29.
many of these.
1972?
19.
Wait, 72? Oh.
He just
I
always
said
said
72 or 92?
72.
Wait, 72?
He's born in
54?
Oh, I heard
yeah.
90 too.
I haven't seen anyone in
He
my
fought
class
in a
like that.
war, and then I mean he's not. At least he said he's doing well. I mean, he said he fought in a war, and he's just like he's looking to learn a little more and stuff. And he
No, I think if you come back,
He's also not
I think that if you come back to college like, and you're like you're 40s, 50s, like good for you. Like that's just good for you.
And he's just going to class and commuting back to his home to his wife. Like
Well, yeah.
he's not going out. You know,
That's awesome. Good for him. Good for him.
I
Yeah,
feel like the
100%.
strangest like interaction I ever had was when I was in freshman year and Sam Hakeem was our professor. Shout out Dr. Hakeem. And he was in the class and he was asking for marriage advice from one of his students because his student was older than him and was married longer.
Nice.
Like it was kind of crazy. Like they just had a conversation. It wasn't like total marriage advice, but it was just like a conversation about marriage. And I realized that the student, which was like one of the best people I've ever met, was like 34 and Dr. Hakeem was like 32. And I was like, oh, this is actually interesting. But that's like the oldest person I've ever had in the class. But I've seen like 54-year-olds, even like 60, 70-year-olds that are like out there as well.
There aren't oldest I've seen in any of my classes as is my group mate who's 30. That's the oldest I've seen.
I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him coming out because it takes
No,
a lot.
I think once
Again, feeds into the mental aspect. But go ahead.
100. I think if you're like older, and then you come back to school, like that's just like totally good.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that's completely
It's good to hear.
Talking about it.
I completely
We
agree.
started talking about our old people.
Well, this whole conversation has gotten really out of hand. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, how did we?
I like you have no script. Like we can just do hot takes and.
This happened last time. We did not talk about anything
Yeah.
we were supposed to. We just kind of went.
This would be a perfect, like, you know how The Ringer has, like, the titles?
Yeah.
It would be, like, old people. What else? have
Do we
talked
do
about?
we
Jim
run for too
Jeffries,
long?
Old
Yeah,
people,
exactly.
and
The pacer test. I mean, it's all.
Did we
50 is the
fourth
no-
grade? Did we peak our patience? in
50
fourth
is the
grade?
new old. Like what is it?
How we rot for too long.
People should be.
Speaking of,
Okay, I'll go.
we got some rotten.
So this is one that I've had on the chest for a long time now, and I haven't been thinking about. It's not really controversial, but it might be. Maybe I'll do. I think that studying outside or working outside is stupid. I think like doing like schoolwork outside is really it's just a bad experience all around. And I think this is mainly coming from me. I do most of my work on the computer because of my major. But like just the glare you get from like the sun, just working outside, I would much prefer And I love going outside. I much prefer do my work inside and then go and just enjoy my time outside afterwards. Doing work outside just has never been enjoyable for me.
You're such a comp sci major.
I know. I know it sounds bad.
Yeah, wait, okay. No, you want to keep
But
going.
I have a point. It's like it's the glare. Like, it's hard to like see. It's annoying. I would much prefer just to hang out outside, not work outside. I was thinking about this beforehand. I'm like, this sounds bad, but it's my truth.
Just sit in the shade.
I'm picturing you sitting at a table next to a table with an umbrella. Like, I can't see.
No.
What is this?
Well, also it's just like a gust of wind. That's just like annoying when I'm like working.
Aren't you using your computer? Or using paper?
Computer for most of the work is computer.
Why did the gust of
Well,
wind
it's just like I'm working, I'm focusing, and it's like gust of wind. It's like I'm locked out again. I'm like what are we doing?
It's, okay.
That is such a comp sci.
No, I think I enjoy being outside, just not when I'm working.
No, I know. I mean, I can understand that take, but you're sitting there and it's like, there's no paper, there's nothing that would be blown by the wind.
That's all I have.
It's like,
That's what work I'm given. I can't change that.
it's like,
I like this. So
I can't code on paper, guys.
I have a question.
so why does the wind bother you? Because the wind should feel nice on a nice day.
Well, when I'm not ready
It's
for
like
it,
the crickets in the room.
if I'm
It's like
focusing and I get gust of wind, I'm like I'm locked out now.
Like if you sit in that office on live news and I blow on you, like I just go, you're gonna be like distracted.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Is an oscillating ceiling fan that every now and then goes on you? Would that be the same feeling? For
Yes,
you?
that'd
Okay,
be-
that's fair because I hate that.
That would be annoying.
Is this a live and let live take, or is this a like people are dumb for doing?
No, you mean you do you, but I.
Okay, cool. I was just curious about that.
But I look at people. I'm like, how are you like
I
How
locked
is that
in?
gust of wind
I
not
feel like-
annoying you too? It's
No,
like,
this is two wrongs.
I'm more just like, how do you do it? Not like I'm not like you're stupid. I'm like, how do you?
I think two wrongs are making it right because I agree with you, but that's because I enjoy being outside and get distracted from doing my work, and I need to retain my. If I'm outside, like I've gone to the Lofts pool to do work like 3 times, maybe like this year and stuff. And I go out there, and the Lofts pool, it's basically a pool in the middle, and then there's just 15 girls tanning in bikinis.
What's distracting you,
And I'm
Caden?
just sitting down at
What
the
are you
pool.
distracted by?
I'm sitting at
It's
that
that big pool in the middle.
Yeah, it's that big pool.
Yeah, I'm
It's
sure.
got a big wet pool right there in the middle, and I'm sitting at a table with like the umbrella over me, and I'm doing work. And yeah, and like it's. I've been at the Lofts for 2 years now and stuff. There's a social aspect to it and stuff too. There's a little cornhole that people throwing a football and stuff like that. Like
It's not a social thing at all for me. It's just I can't focus, and it's just like a less ideal work environment. And I would prefer to just exist, like hang out outside.
I can also understand the fact like glaring. Like when I take my laptop out, like the glare does get pretty bad. But I'm also worried about like sunburn. I'm like more redheaded.
Well, I would never work like in the sun because once again, that's like I can't see anything.
The people that like sit out by the reflection pond, and like they
Yeah.
sit out in that little
I don't like
auditorium.
that.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't like
That one I don't like
like
because
that.
they'll like sit there, and the people that sleep there, I'm sorry, if you have a comfortable like, that's like sleeping on a bench in the airport. Like I don't know how you can feel comfortable or safe to be sleeping there. Not saying that it's like dangerous, but you have so many people around you, and you hear so many of these stories. So maybe I am saying it's dangerous, but like I don't know how you can have the comfortability, let alone on a block of stone. Because that's what the amphitheater is. It's like cobblestone or whatever it is, limestone. So
Yeah, like people like just sleep in like the middle of like a field.
You know where I like?
Yeah,
you know where I like to do
that's-
homework. I like to do homework in dining halls. If I've ever, first of all,
Okay, I like that,
I
yeah.
never have
See, I
gaps.
get distracted by eating.
I never have gaps in between classes, like ever. So I also mainly just do like homework in my apartment or like while I'm in class. And also I'm a PR team major, so I'm this is different for me than it is for y'all. Maybe you and y'all to an extent. But I like doing homework in a place where I always can get food. That's nice to me. The buffet,
like a
buffet
bar?
aspect.
You ever done it in a bar?
Okay, that's fair.
Have you ever done it in a bar?
I have done homework in a bar.
Have you ever done it at a bar?
That's like a wild.
You're the only one
Have you
that
ever done it at a bar?
you're the only one that thought that, Drew. That's
I have done
why he
homework in a
wasn't last.
bar, and I
That's crazy.
I do enjoy it. It's not that crazy. Just get a little. It depends on the task. Dude, I've had times, like shout out. No one watched this, please. But like I've had times where I've like been like, oh my god, I've been putting off this like my Spanish assignments. I didn't get the textbook, and there was homework in the textbook. I learned that in like April. I had like 132 assignments overdue. So I just got a case and was like every 15 minutes I can have one beer that I'm doing homework. And over the 2 days, I did homework for 6 hours a day and got it done in 2 days.
Was that in a bar or was that just?
No, that was at
Well, yeah. Okay, yeah, I agree 100%.
And I have a public speaking.
Every time,
I have
15 minutes, he buys another drink.
I have 111 public speaking assignments that are due April 24th, and I will be doing the same in the next 2 weeks and stuff. So
You gotta go to like TDs and be like, every time I get a drink, Like I pay one drink every like.
Nah, dude,
it
we're
would
college
not be
kids.
TDs.
We're college kids. We can't do that.
It would not be TDs. It would be.
Queens.
It would,
Queens.
it would be somewhere I can get a booth and no one's gonna
TDs.
be there, like Knicks.
I feel like it would be like BYOB because we don't have that money.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have the money to do that either. That's the point.
They'd be swaying across.
BYOB Knicks.
I don't know. It's a good
But
hot
no,
take.
but I feel like people want to say like, oh, I like being outside, which is great. But I just like to separate my work and my just existing, enjoying life.
Do you think they ever do get work done? I know some people do, but I feel like
I'm sure
many
some
people
people
get work.
Yeah, well,
I feel like 70% don't get their work.
well, yeah,
They just
I
sit
agree.
outside and distract.
No, but like, I was talking to my girlfriend. She says like she likes to work outside, and like I don't
Aww,
I don't get it.
distract.
I don't.
Like I just don't get it. Well, yeah, I don't. No, but like apparently she can, and I can't. I don't know how.
I can just imagine like you're inside and you see through the window and she's on the outside, but she's like you guys are still there. And so you have the phone.
That's weird. That's weird.
Grant, put a graphic up.
Cut to that, Grant.
Oh, great, guys.
If she asked you to work outside, would you?
Sure, I wouldn't get anything done.
But okay.
I would try.
He's just bitching in the wind, like, God damn it! Focus light!
I wouldn't be able to get. I wouldn't be able to get any work done.
Is
but
the wind your biggest factor? Outside of the sun glare?
it's the glare, and then just like it's just like there's some more distractions. Like
Sometimes I get itchy on
being inside, it's a lot more controlled. Like there's no distractions. So when I'm outside, there's a lot around. Like there's like trees and like birds and stuff. And like if birds fly around, I'm gonna like look at it.
Do you? I'm assuming you don't listen to like sounds when you go to sleep.
No.
Okay. I don't. I had a roommate that did.
I listen to music.
Micah?
Listen to music. Yeah, Micah did.
Yeah,
It's
he
actually
did.
it's like the natural sounds, but it's weird because
Like white noise.
so yeah, like
Okay.
white noise. Like I can't do white noise. Like some stuff like is peaceful, but I can't really go to sleep to it unless it's like actually like natural. And that's like an ocean. Like when we were down at spring break next to an ocean, you could hear it through like the walls, and it actually sounded peaceful.
Well, that I get because that's more controlled. Like you kind of like it's in like intervals of it's like pretty
no, but I
common.
can't do it when. Well, yeah, like with the ocean waves.
Yeah, but like you know when that's coming.
But my thing is like I get it better when it's like natural. I can't do it if it's like through my phone. Through my phone might calm me down, but I
Interesting.
can't like. It's like
I-
rain.
no,
Like,
I
when
agree.
Rain hits like a metal roof, or when rain hits my roof. Like when I remember freshman year with Cope, like when it would hit the top of us when we were on the 4th floor. I would be more peaceful with that than I would if I tried to play it through my phone.
Okay, is it like you knowing it, or is it just like where the sound's coming from?
I have no idea.
It's just something.
I will be honest. I have no, idea.
that's understandable.
It just for some reason is like naturally calming.
Why is water so amazing universally?
I think it's the flow.
Like calming or.
Like think about like lake houses and beach houses are so much more expensive than normal houses.
Well,
Because
it's
old
the
people-
amenities.
Oh, I think it's because old people love to just look at water. I think it's because people just love
I
to.
think it's 'cause it's just so.
I genuinely think it's just that people
Well,
love to go and stare at
yeah,
the
I mean,
water. and
I
make it
get
nice.
people like to like get like a balcony and just like sit out
and just stare at water
and not do work.
I did that during
But-
spring break.
Okay.
But I think like the water is also just peaceful because there's no chaos.
Do you want to hear one thing that humans can do that no other animal can do that's instinctive and not like based on brain capacity?
Enjoy nature.
Smell the rain.
Really?
We're the only animals that can smell rain.
Because I say bears enjoy nature.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that. Bears actually like sit and watch like nature.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
You'll see them stare out there.
That's nice.
Polar bears are also the only things that hunt humans. So you're the good and the bad.
You're doing a terrible job.
Well, no.
You're
I
the
mean,
good and the bad.
You think y'all feel hunted right now?
I get that. That makes sense because
It's
like
because there's not that much meat.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to do.
Oh.
So like there's not much prey.
They can't find out about here. If they find out about down here, we're
Polar bear in Arlington, Texas.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
shoot.
totally.
But no, that's like interesting. You smell rain.
Yeah.
Nothing else can smell rain.
No other animal can smell rain.
It is a weird smell.
It is it's a weird thing to be. If someone asked what it smelled like, I'd be like, rain. I don't know.
Yeah,
Because it kind of smells like what it's raining on, but also kind of has its own smell too.
Well, it's one of those that I feel like if someone said, "Can you tell me what?" Like you said, can you tell me what rain smells like? You can't describe
it's
it, but
kinda
as soon
similar.
as it rains, you know exactly what it
It's
is.
kind of similar to like what does water taste like?
Yeah.
You can't describe it
Like
once you
water.
Yeah, like once you
It tastes
live
like
there,
water.
it's like you know exactly.
Yeah,
It's an
yeah.
instinctive smell, but you can't remember the smell.
I love the smell of rain though.
While we're talking about water, can I bring something up? We were at the. I was at the Tiger Sports meeting today. Everyone was going around and saying their favorite drinks because I guess the Tiger Sports Desk does this. Riley Morgan said her favorite drink of all time is water.
Yeah.
Is that?
I think.
Do we like that?
I think that's like trying to be like different and special. Like everyone
That's
knows.
what I said to her.
Everyone knows like it's kind of a lame take. Like sure, it might be, but that's kind of lame.
Yeah, she doesn't like juices or sodas, and she says alcohol tastes gross. I know those 3 things, and that's all the things.
So you're down
I
to milk or
consume.
water?
Yeah, and like energy drinks. I guess.
I look, you love milk.
Like, and I think to say my favorite drink is like Celsius is a tough thing
Like,
to say, so that she says.
I think she likes Alani more than she likes water.
I think it's more. I think it's partially
like-
performative, but I also think that she probably drinks more water.
Yeah,
than
I do
else.
think
Water
like
just seems like a Chad.
saying water is number one feels that, like it's entirely
What's
performative.
your favorite drinks?
Mine's usually like lemonade, but I also like chocolate milk. But I can't drink chocolate milk. It's like forever, and I can't drink lemonade.
At the meeting, I said Long Island iced tea. So
Probably go Sour
I'll
Patch
stick
Kids.
with
I'm just like
Sour
a
Patch Kid Ghost
I'm just
Energy
like a soda guy, like Diet Coke.
Nice.
Just keep it simple.
Sour Patch Kid
drink.
Ghost.
Ghost Energy drink are probably my favorite.
I see you with that a lot. It always like
It gives like
It-
dated vibe.
Yeah.
no, it 100% does.
Favorite drink.
Like
100%
just you
does.
but also probably like very tasteful, which is nice. Like your personality.
Yeah, would you say milk there? No, I'm just
Milk is crazy. But no, it's like I don't know. My thing is like I don't know. I always like I always like making my own chocolate milk. So you like get milk and then you like put chocolate in, and that's what it was.
Sure.
But it's also kind of
Do
weird
you,
to be like
do, you,
that.
do you prefer like the Nesquik powder, or do you like the chocolate syrup? And you just pour
Chocolate
it in
syrup.
there?
Oh,
Okay.
syrup.
The
I
powder
agree.
is too powdery.
I agree.
I don't know. It's the same thing as like sometimes like if I have chocolate or maybe I like almost instinctively taught myself now, which is not good, to like drink chocolate milk with not chocolate milk, drink milk with goldfish. I don't know why. I eat goldfish
I get
and then
it.
after a little while I'll get milk. And I don't
that
know why.
that feels like a comfort food that you'd have like when you're
could
like when you're like a child that you would like.
When
be
I was
fond
growing
of.
up, I used to make the Huh?
Did you have that as okay?
No. Because I didn't do that till like later, but like I also used to make like personal pizzas, and then I'd have milk as my glass. I don't know why.
I bet if we could all remember
I
our
think it
child
might be the
comfort
cheese.
foods, we could probably unlock a sense of comfort again. If
I
let's all think.
I have
really
multiple.
hard.
I have multiple.
You do? I don't think.
For me, one guys, as I said last
Oh
week,
my God.
chocolate raisins. That,
my grandma always had those, and I was always comfortable with
Mine's probably
Hey, there you
goldfish.
go.
Now is goldfish. It used to be pretzels, so it's probably not goldfish. I just like something salty. But I think the cheddar, like the dairy, like the cheddar because it's cheddar goldfish, or like the cheddar or the cheese in pizza.
Sure.
Maybe because I like my brain instinctively connects the two. It's kind of like when you have chocolate and you want milk.
Yeah.
That's kind of thing. So.
Mine is vanilla pudding, and we named our elf on the shelf Pudding Elf because I like
Pudding Elf?
so much.
I think you kept it at pudding. I would have liked it, but pudding
Oh,
out.
well, I mean, yeah, it is pudding. It was just
Okay. Ours was cookie. That was the name of ours.
Really? Was it
Yeah.
because you liked cookies?
I don't know. I have no clue. Dude, I don't know. I do, but I don't know if that was the reason.
That's an elf on us.
That might be
You
a-
got to know the background.
We might be having a topic.
Bro, I was like
the best pudding stuff.
4. I don't
That's
know.
fair. I like banana. When I was in second grade, I would try to break the record for the fastest time eating a pudding cup of Jello because I was really good at it among my friends. But on a world scale, I wasn't necessarily good at it. And so I had my mom timed me every single day. She did it so sweet. She had it every single day. And I peaked at about 5 seconds and stuff. My record was 3, and my brain wasn't big enough to realize that I was so far away. Like I was like 2 seconds. I got 1, 2. I think I started in kindergarten. I probably wasn't doing about second grade. But I remember doing it a little
Should we
bit.
try it now?
Dude, I should.
Dude, no,
Actually,
no, Brian, that'd be a great. Add that as a segment list of like a challenge. That would be awesome.
If you brought out Jello, I would get so excited. I'd be like, let's go.
were you an Uncrustable kid? I feel like you would be
I
an
never had
Uncrustable kid.
Uncrustables.
We had them.
Mine was homemade, but my
that wasn't like your
peanut butter and
thing.
jelly. I ate peanut butter and jelly every day, and people.
I didn't like bread until I was like 10.
See,
So
that's crazy.
It didn't know it's really weird.
No, because like I used to hate.
I didn't like bread or cheese until I was like 10 years old.
That is really weird. I don't know.
I used to hate peanut butter and jelly for my lunch every day because my dad would make it, and then by the time I hit about middle school, I actually started like looking forward to it.
In middle school, I
Never,
would eat,
like, get to a break, I just
PBJs
started-
a day. Like it's just so easy.
I eat
So
them now.
easy.
What is it?
Protein,
Every
wheat, is brains. You got it.
I was just gonna say, what is it? Every 8 years that your taste buds change?
7
years.
7. Yeah.
But that's weird because not
That's
everything
coming up.
changes.
It's coming up. I mean, like.
But not everything.
I feel like we're changing right now.
No, I feel
Well,
like
we're all. Let's clarify, Drew. It's not like you wake up, bang. It's a.
No. Like
that's what I'm
I
saying.
feel like we're
feel like
changing
my
right
taste
now.
buds
It's a grad, yeah.
are
weird-
like
You
over
have.
time.
I feel like my taste buds are changing more now than they have been since I was 14, which makes sense.
But
right
do
now.
you think? I feel like that's just something that parents said to make kids. Like,
No.
realize. I know that's a biologically like.
I hated
Kids die.
peanut butter, and now I love peanut butter.
The only thing that I find is like how much of your taste do all of your taste buds change at the exact same time, or is it because you have like
This is-
9
I don't
different?
know.
It's a completely arbitrary number.
No, it's the average lifespan of your taste buds is 7 years. The nerves and stuff.
So some die, some don't.
Yeah, exactly. Some live longer than others. It's just like it's like saying the average lifespan of a person's 85 years, and like 85 years later, be like, I guess the world's all new people. Like it's not
Yeah.
necessarily true.
It's because it's
But,
also
like-
like there's also 4 or 5 different like zones of taste, like
Yeah.
savory, salt, sweet,
Bitter.
bitter. and there's something else. And
Isn't the other one like some like weird one
do you think it's like five tribes all living together?
I don't know how to use it, but I did a science fair
what?
project on spicy foods impacting people.
And what is
like,
it called?
It's like steak.
But what is it called?
It's like UNAMI. I don't know how to pronounce it.
No, I think it's umami. Is what it's called.
Umami?
Unani?
Umami.
No,
Thanks.
Unani.
Look at Gaiden.
What did you say? Thanks.
That is weird. I was like, thanks for sharing.
No, because I feel like my thing is like, do you think it's like tribes where each, and that sounds so weird, but like each group has its own lifespan necessarily,
No.
and then the average just comes out to be about 7.
No.
So you don't think they all die like kind of similar?
I
if
don't think
they're in
like
different.
sweet lives longer than umami. I don't know.
Mommy is crazy.
Yeah. Is PB&J an American food?
Is it?
I don't know.
Do you know?
You know what PB&J
It could be
feels-
popular.
I feel like it has. I feel like PB&J.
It feels
I
American.
mean, hear me out. I feel like PB&J is like military rations, but like a really, really good job. Like it's like let's get some protein in, let's get some sweet
like it got
in,
caught
let's
up.
get some flavoring in, and let's get some like wheat and let's get your grains in and stuff.
It's like it got caught up to the majors, but
Make
just
something
didn't really
hearty.
succeed as highly in the
Let's make
majors.
something hearty.
It
Like,
became an
yeah.
average starter in the majors,
It's
but it was a
reliable.
superstar in the G League, which was like
I
the
feel like
and then it just bumped up.
So
I feel
reliable.
like it's like Frank Gore. Like it's iconic. Like it never goes away.
I was.
And it's always solid, but it's never like great.
Gore is a good comp because he was there for like 20 years.
It is American.
Yes,
During the
dude.
World War II and Great Depression, it became
Nailed it on the
staple
head.
in America.
Stay tuned for the Beef Real episode where I talk for 8 minutes on how we have the best food of all cultures. You know, I'm not biased at all for saying
That's a little crazy, I think.
I don't think so. We beat chicken and rice wrapped 1,000 different ways every single day. Okay, like 100%.
Do you think chicken and rice is ours?
No, I'm saying that's like,
do you think that is
chicken
ours?
and rice. No one can claim chicken and rice. I don't think that's my take on chicken and
Really?
rice. I don't think
I mean,
anyone can claim chicken.
Where would you put it?
As an individual,
Mexico.
I put it. Yeah.
Mexico?
Yeah, but I don't think anyone
Oh,
can.
like
Asian?
A roach con
But
pollo.
that's why I think that no one can claim it. Is I think that like the idea of killing it. We figured out the fact that chickens are like the greatest cash cow ever because they like produce 2 different really high protein amazing foods like a while ago. And we just all cultures figured that out. And like we just all like did Native Americans did we have chicken? I don't even know. And I mean I don't claim American food to be Native American obviously.
Well, were chickens originally from here, or were they imported from like England or something?
Where did chickens get started?
Probably, I mean, in Europe, obviously, but
Grant's our researcher, or Drew.
Where was the first chicken?
what came first,
Where
the
did-
chicken or the egg?
Yeah, maybe there were eggs in Mexico and chickens in Europe, and then eventually.
And then American food is like you got
The
confused.
first domesticated
probably
chickens.
Spain- Huh?
The first domesticated chickens originated in Southeast Asia,
Oh.
likely from the areas of Thailand, Myanmar, or southern China.
So chicken and rice is Asian food.
Okay, well they can have that. That's
Yeah,
fine.
they can
fine.
have that one.
But rice,
I think
was
we
rice
get
Asian?
generally like burgers.
I mean,
fries,
that's where it grows
barbecue.
mostly.
I think
So that's why
we
we're
can
interested.
claim like burgers, fries, barbecue, fried foods, and a lot of breakfast
No,
foods.
we can't do burgers. Burgers came from Germany.
That's not true. That's
No,
not
no,
true.
no, no.
The patty was.
And also, I was about to say the burger was from Hamburg, but Hamburg only popularized it. It was made somewhere else in like Austria or something.
Well, no,
not in Germany.
They created the patty, but the idea of putting it between like lettuce and bun, that's an entirely
So we
different.
just took the concept.
That's an
and put
entirely
pieces
different
of
thing.
bread on it.
100%.
Yeah, but that's so much. Of
That's so
all
different.
foods.
That's so different.
Yeah, that's so much of all. You could say a lot of foods is stomach.
So basically, you're saying that if someone puts together a recipe, they can claim it as their own food, even if they used other people's ingredients. Sure.
I think that's what makes this all so hard. Like you can name any.
I mean,
like,
I mean, that's what makes like a quesadilla and a burrito different. You know, like they're just different ways of doing it. Same ingredients, different ways of doing it.
If we're like, hey, we should deep fry this, it's now an American food. We did it. We started.
What's
that.
like a chimichanga in a burrito? Like, I don't know what the difference is.
Like I don't know, dude. Like a Taco Bell Doritos Locos Tacos feels really, it feels kind of American. I can't lie. You know, it feels a little bit. It feels kind of like that's our own thing. You know, like we might need one more.
But it could also be like the American
change.
psychological like effect.
I think it's the fact that it's fast food.
Okay.
That, yeah.
We win.
My fun fact is that I've never had Taco Bell.
I agree with Kate and Steve.
never had Taco Bell?
Never.
Wait, what?
I haven't either.
I've never had Taco
Why?
Bell.
Why?
I would never pick it.
Because it was paired with a KFC, and I always wanted fried chicken.
Like, I feel like there are always
That's my honest opinion. I just
3 or 4
wanted to
things that I would prefer than getting like fast food Mexican food. I'm sure it's great though.
Because I feel like Mexican food already messes me up, like from like a traditional Mexican restaurant, where I feel like if it's fast food, it just combines like the greasiness of fast food with like Mexican, and I just feel like my stomach's gonna be messed up. for
Those
a week.
Cinnabon Delight things are a comfort food for me, man. Like those, it's like cream filled. They're so good.
Plus, if I wanted like Mexican, I'd go to a Mexican restaurant.
Brian, what's your hot take?
My hot take? My hot take was that I believe Johnny Depp is not given enough credit as an actor.
I go.
Because I was looking at it, and originally I'm just like, all right, who's the greatest actor of all time? And it's like you always hear names like Denzel Washington, you hear Leonardo DiCaprio, and like all these big names, and rightfully so. But I feel like I never hear Johnny Depp's name in it. But until I saw an Instagram reel, and this was probably now over the summer, I think, that I saw it, and it just showed like the versatility that Johnny Depp.
I think he's one of the most versatile. I think that I feel like I see him and I'm like, that's not like I think of him as Captain Jack, and I saw him in a movie I had to watch for a class last semester, and I was like, that's Johnny Depp. He looks completely different. I feel like he can do the most like, stuff, which I do merit.
Which I think should put him in the conversation. It doesn't. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm saying it should put him in the conversation for one of the best actors of all time because of his versatility. I think that's a big part. You can't.
Would that mean that Taysom Hill is a top player in the NFL of all time?
No, because you also have to have like. You have to have that.
Because I want to start that conversation of Taysom Hill as a top 5 player of all time.
He would have been the GOAT for half of the NFL's history, just like the first half.
I don't feel like Taysom Hill is really like.
1970.
Well, it's because Taysom Hill was put in the.
I'll just get back to your point. I just wanted to say that.
It's like so tough because to me, I think Depp, his versatility has, but he also has the honest talent like a DiCaprio. He also has the stardom and the star power of a DiCaprio. I mean, when you hear Johnny Depp, you want to think DiCaprio, you want to think Denzel Washington.
I feel like
he's like the Julio Jones.
I feel like Johnny Depp has the issue a lot of people do of you kind of get like typecasted. When you think of Depp, you think of
Jack Sparrow.
But when you think of DiCaprio, you don't think of like one. You might like.
Think of DiCaprio. He's the guy. It's like Frank Sinatra.
Like DiCaprio did like. You don't think of him as like one character. Think of him as just like he's DiCaprio.
Yeah.
But the other thing to me is like you can't just give the best of all time can't just be really good at one thing.
No, I
especially with acting. Sports is different. Sports, if you're good at one thing, that's because you're paid to do that one thing. Acting, you're paid to act. But you can't just sit there and say, well, Vin Diesel's a really good actor, so we're going to put him. But he only does like action movies.
Well, that's a little bit straw man. That is what The Rock does. He just plays with The Rock.
But I think right now we're not naming the best actors. I think everyone knows that. Like
true. Yeah. But I'm trying to show that like just because they do one really good role with multiple different movies and the same type of role shouldn't count them as the best. They should be versatile.
I feel like you're going against your point now.
But I think Johnny Depp's versatility. The ability that he has to go through different, because I can name off some of his films that he's done that just shows his versatility. I think it's up there with DiCaprio. He just doesn't get the stardom because he was, like you said, typecasted right away into Jack Sparrow. When you think of DiCaprio, Great Gatsby comes to mind, Titanic comes to mind. Now he has the new one, which I can't remember what the name is.
One battle after
another. One battle after
another. Like Wolf of Wall Street. There's so many.
We learned this in film, in my film class, where there's star power, and then I don't remember the other one, which I'll have to read up on before my quiz next week. But there is another one. Star power is when the star overpowers the character, so you see the star before the character. Think Tom Cruise in like Mission Impossible. Think DiCaprio whenever he's playing a role. You think of that person before you think of the character. But then the other one, which I can't remember the name for, is when you think of the character before the actor. So a great shot is during Top Gun Maverick, and you have Tom Cruise, and then you have a drawing picture of Wyatt Teller's character, but it's Wyatt Teller. It's just a picture of him with like a mustache on, and I think it's his own mustache, so it's not fake. But when you look at that still, and you see the two faces side by side, Tom Cruise, the first thing you think is, oh, that's Tom Cruise, that's not Maverick. But when you look at Wyatt Teller, you go, oh shoot, that's whatever Wyatt Teller's character was, it's not Wyatt Teller.
I think there's a lot of guys that are like that.
So that's where I think Johnny Depp has been put in this thing where all you think of is Jack Sparrow, but when you watch him, when he acts, you don't think Jack Sparrow, you're like, oh shoot, that is Johnny Depp. But his star power doesn't overpower the characters. He's known for one role, but his characters each speak for themselves. Just real quick, and then I'll let you guys come in.
I feel like that's because he's kind of assigned to one role. I feel like because he's only assigned to one role, he kind of, I don't know.
Let me hear the filmography.
Well, some of the filmography, so you have Pirates of the Caribbean, you have Alice in Wonderland, you have Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you have Edward Scissorhands.
He doesn't stand out in any of these movies, though.
You have Rango, you have Beast, you have
Donnie, wasn't he?
You have so many that are in here, and it's not necessarily him standing out. It's the fact that he has the versatility to be so good in so many of these top-end movies.
I just think there's a lot of guys.
But I feel like Jim Jeffries standing out in him is like, I feel like he
you're saying
was
Jim
like,
Jeffries?
Okay,
Johnny Depp should be able to stand out in the movies as like his character, like Jim Jeffries stood out as his little side character.
I think that's because you knew who he was.
Let's talk about Leo, because I think Leo is a definitively better actor than Johnny Depp for all the reasons that we're listing and stuff. Because I think that Leo, Brad Pitt, are more versatile than Johnny Depp.
I don't think Brad
And
Pitt
I think
is.
they're better than Johnny Depp as well.
I do feel like Brad Pitt kind of does more of the same every time.
Do you think Brad Pitt plays the kind of the same way every
I don't.
time?
Also, I have not
he's always
seen
the
too many
charmer.
Brad Pitt movies.
He would fit into one of your villain things, but as the hero, he's always the charming good guy that like everyone
always
falls
the
to.
charming-
Think about Once
Fight
Upon a
Club.
Time in
Think about Fight
Hollywood.
Club.
Think about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's the same character except you're slightly to the left or slightly to the right.
Think about like Fight Club to Moneyball. That spectrum of Brad Pitt. That's a wide range.
I don't feel like it is as wide as you might think.
He
Not from like Willy Wonka
I'll
to Jack
say
Sparrow.
Brad
Like,
Pitt always plays a badass. and
That's what I'm
stuff.
saying, yeah.
So I'll give you that.
Like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he was the backup stunt or stuntman for Leonardo DiCaprio, and in the end of the movie, he was battling off like a dog or something.
I think
or, like,
Johnny
bad
Depp.
guys.
That's a good point. I think
So-
Johnny Depp has too many milk. He could be a milk toast person that doesn't harm a movie in more things, but like he doesn't stand out in a lot of movies you list.
And I think it's because he devotes to the character so much. He
So he's
buys
more
in so
selfless
much.
actor.
It's literally like he buys into the character, I feel. I'm not saying he's better than DiCaprio, because I think DiCaprio is very good. I think he's better. I think he should be in the conversation for one of the best because
I
of his
feel like
versatility.
a great actor can do both.
And I just
Correct, which
I
is where
think-
DiCaprio fits
I
in.
think if you just
But-
understand the character and you're boring without as much, and we're again when I say charisma, all these actors are charismatic, and we're talking about like the most charismatic. Relative to that, I would say he's a more boring. He doesn't in a movie casted with a bunch of characters and stuff. He's not usually the one that stands out. I feel like Leo, no matter what he's doing, he's gonna have this magnetism to him to where you're drawn to him and stuff.
I do see though, Brian, your point. I feel like Depp, he is like, I feel like you watch the movies with him and you're like, wow, that's so different than what he's like usually doing. I feel like DiCaprio. I think DiCaprio like it's expected, like he's just magnificent. But I feel like Depp, like I watch Pirates of the Caribbean and I watch Waiting for the Barbarians in my class last semester, and like he went from like being just like kind of like sillier character, like very serious, but it's like sillier, to being like stern and strict, and like I feel like that's just you don't really like see that a lot.
The range.
Yeah, I see what you mean though.
And I think also a big thing, and then I'll let you go, is like I feel like DiCaprio's also in headlines more often. I mean, you see like the dating stuff that he's had. Off of it, he's been able to not only build his own world. I mean, as like a sensation, like a teen sensation, like fantasy. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, Titanic, Leonardo DiCaprio is coming out, and he's had so many of these good movies. But I think Johnny Depp fell in that same one. I just don't think he had quite the headlines because he came in the same era as DiCaprio.
I think like DiCaprio played a heavily autistic child, like one of his first performances, and people say it was one of the greatest depictions of like autism and like special needs ever. He's also played a like business tycoon drug addict. He played a loser stoner dad. He's played he's been a comedic character. He's been in like psycho thrillers and stuff. He played what's it called? Freaking he's been a sappy like romantic,
the one in, like,
sappy
in the Snow.
sweet romantic guy and stuff like that. Like he's been in so many things. I think DiCaprio like I think everything I think it's like DiCaprio's an alluring like star that when he's on screen you're captivated, and then also understands the character as well as Johnny Depp.
I do feel like we are a little bit like losing the plot
I
of
was
the
just
plot
about
is
to
the
say
fact
that too.
of like we're not saying he's the best of all time.
We're saying he
actually-
should be in the
I guess
discussion.
what I'm saying, I'm saying he should not be in the discussion. That is
Yeah, yeah, at all.
I'm saying,
Like,
I'm saying
really?
he's
Like,
not in the top tier. I'm saying-
let's say
here,
top 10.
I'll put it
Yeah,
this
we
way.
gotta name
If we're
others.
talking about the greatest, you gotta have range and you gotta captivate my attention when you're on screen.
Is there more
He
than
does not-
DiCaprio that does that for you though?
I mean, yeah, I would say a lot of guys do that.
But
stuff.
you think Brad Pitt has more than?
I would say Tom Cruise does that. I would say Tom Hanks does that. I would say that I've seen enough of Denzel being a little less intense to say that I think he could do that. It's just but he's.
I don't know if I would say Denzel.
I don't-
as like was more like versatile.
I don't think Brad Pitt or who was that one you said?
Tom
I'd
Hanks.
say-
Tom Cruise.
The
I don't think Tom
Toms.
Cruise. Tom Hanks. I don't know. I don't know him outside of Toy
I think
Story.
Tom
and-
Cruise and Rain Man, Risky Business Tom Cruise, Rain Man Tom Cruise, the football agent Tom Cruise, and then like action star. I don't even love action star Tom Cruise. Is enough of a range for me to believe in enough Tom Cruise.
But how can you not believe in Johnny Depp's range when he went from Willy Wonka? He did rom-coms growing up.
If Johnny Depp is a 9 out of 10 in range and a 5 out of 10 in personality, Tom Cruise is a 9 out of 10 in personality and an 8 out of 10 in range. And it's just a better overall actor.
But what range have you seen Tom Cruise do outside of Maverick, Top Gun, or Mission Impossible?
I think Risky Business. I think the love. I guess the football agent movie, which is it's Jerry Maguire. Jerry Maguire is more of a love story and stuff, and he plays the love scene very well. The Risky Business is he plays like a Ferris Bueller, like Back to the Future, like '80s, like cool guy, like Wolverine.
Tom Cruise or
stuff.
Tom Hanks?
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise. And then, and I think we can all agree Tom Cruise has really good range and stuff too. I think that's okay. And then Tom
I'm
Cruise.
not as sold. I don't think it's as good. I think his range comes close.
I think
to
once again, I think we need to figure out what does it mean to be a top actor, because like right now we're saying like a top 4.
I just think you have to check. Let's say check the box in range and check a box in personality. And I don't think that Johnny Depp checks the box in personality.
I could see it
I
in
think that
personality.
does personality.
I don't hate that.
I'm not. When I see him on screen, I'm not immediately like, ooh, Johnny Depp's in this and stuff. And I could say,
I usually do, but that's.
I could say 25 actors or actresses where I feel that way and stuff. And then I could say there's maybe 6 to 8 where the range is there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I also just feel like he's also been because I also had to look up like awards because I wanted to see what he's won. He's never had an Academy Award. He's never had a BAFTA Award. He's never had a Critics' Choice Award. The most awards he's had was 15 People's Choice Awards. He's had 3 nominations with the Academy. I just feel like his art is also underappreciated. Now it is tough because it almost seems like the same thing of like talking about like a Kyrie Irving or a James Harden in this era of NBA because you come in with so many stars that are like so longevity.
yeah.
Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, LeBron James.
And plus, I do feel like it's also the same thing we talked about earlier. Of he's the Pirates of the Caribbean guy. No one's gonna like give him an award for something else. Like people don't think of him that way.
It's kind of like when you see like when a kid decides to come in to a new atmosphere and tries to be the class clown. And so people only remember him for the class clown, but as he tries to develop into other things, they only remember him as the class clown, so they don't take him seriously.
Yeah.
I could see that being Johnny Depp, and I think that's why he's.
I think if he
underappreciated.
crushed two or 3 performances in a row, he could lose the like Pirates of the Caribbean thing.
I don't think so.
I don't think he
think
would
so.
crushed a couple.
I mean, I think that's one of his longest movie series is the 4 Pirates of the Caribbean movies because he was so good at it.
I
But
think he'd lose it.
I don't know.
I feel like if it's gone on for this long, you're not gonna shake that.
I mean, I don't see, maybe I'm alone in this and stuff because I don't love action movies as much, but I don't see Tom Cruise as the Mission Impossible guy. I mean, because I think he's done so much other stuff. But I think if Johnny Depp got as big as Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, he would never, ever be able to shake that. He would always be the Mission Impossible guy.
I think Tom Cruise I see as just an action guy. It's kind of like Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt's a little bit more character in my opinion than Tom Cruise, just slightly as far as like personality.
I like Brad Pitt more than Tom Cruise.
As far as personality outside of it, but that's what I'm looking at, and I'm like, both of them I just see as like, oh, they're the action guy. You think like Bullet Train, you think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, you think the F1 race. Even then, he was like the good guy that was in an action sports movie. Like that's how those labels are. When I see Johnny Depp, yes, you see Pirates of the Caribbean, but then when you start thinking of the other films that he's done, you realize the versatility and how well he played those roles to their extent. And that's where I think he's just underappreciated as a arguably top 5, top 10 actor of all time, specifically for his versatility. Because if I'm picking an actor to be the best, I'm not looking at their, like, yes, you do have to have some type of camera charisma, which I think Depp is really good at, but you have to have versatility in order to be the best actor in consideration. DiCaprio has it. I don't know if Denzel has it. I haven't seen enough movies of Denzel, but I think Depp has it.
I think when you remove like emotions and like, did I enjoy watching this performance and look analytically on like, did he check the boxes of like what it means to be an actor? You can, like, I would say he's underappreciated. And I think if you build like a rubric, you could check the boxes to be a top 10. But I think I have enough of a holistic view on it where it's like, at the end of the day, I still have to watch the movie and be like, I like that guy. And I don't really feel that with Johnny Depp. But that's also subjective.
Sure.
So.
That's fair.
Sure. Like, where would you put him? Like top 15,
Yeah,
top 10?
I think if we're doing actors and actresses, and we're going, I mean, I think that it's also like, if we're just doing like based off movies I've watched, as someone born in 2005
Yeah.
and stuff, he's probably closer
I mean,
to top 10.
yeah, we're not saying like Charlie Chaplin.
I've actually seen like 4 Charlie Chaplin movies and stuff. I would compare him.
You showed me?
Yeah. I would.
Charlie Chaplin.
I won't compare Charlie Chaplin with Tom Cruise because I also won't compare Don Hudson with Amon Ross St. Brown. You know, I mean,
yeah.
like, I mean,
But
that's
so
hard to
are
do,
we like affirmative top 15?
Yeah, I would say
possibly top 10.
Concrete top 15 Fringe top 10 actor.
Okay, and I think that puts him up there as like one of the best of all time. I feel like so Brian's a little bit vindicated there.
Yeah, and it's Brian's take.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, you know, when you get like people, employers talk about they have a resume and they have like the no pile, the maybe pile, and the yes pile and stuff.
Maybe.
If I think he doesn't check the box. He'd be the no. He'd
be the no.
It'd be like, you know, minimum 2 years experience. That's the 1 year experience. It'd be that type of thing and stuff. You know. It's
Well, so like it's like a strict cutoff.
I think my top tier of actors is pretty definitive and stuff.
I think
How many actors are in there?
Probably 6 actors and actresses. Like.
That's rough. Because I feel like if I had to find a role that is so out of the ordinary to like do, I would probably have like 3 people on my mind. The first would be Leonardo DiCaprio. The second would be Johnny Depp, simply because of their two versatilities. The third one would actually be Christian Bale because of how much he buys into the role. I don't think his versatility is pretty good too, but he sells his body into the role. And if I'm creating a movie, maybe I will one day, I don't know. But if I do create a movie,
Whoa,
that's
putting a drop on us.
I would want someone that either buys into the role, or I want someone that has the versatility to reach so far out and to really buy into the character, which DiCaprio does. Like, I don't remember if you know the story behind Django Unchained, when DiCaprio and Denzel Washington, and so basically they were on the set, and DiCaprio did not feel comfortable using the N-word because this was back in
I did see this.
And then Michael B. Jordan was like, "Yeah, go ahead, just use it.
Wasn't it
say it."
Samuel Jackson?
Or Samuel L. Jackson, not Denzel. Samuel L. Jackson and Michael B. Jordan were there, and Samuel L. Jackson was like, "Yeah, go ahead, use it." And the next day, Michael B. Jordan walked and said, "Hey, like, what's up, man?" And Leo said nothing, and then he just was like in his character, and I thought at some point when the camera was
wasn't
off,
it Jamie Foxx also? Wasn't Jamie Foxx?
That's what I'm thinking. Jamie Foxx and Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay, so
Because Samuel Jackson.
I think Michael B. Jordan.
I'm making sure that we're all on the same page
Michael B.
here.
Jordan was on the Academy Award.
Samuel Jackson, he told him, he
was
was like, we're trying to depict the gross part of history and stuff, and if you're too scared to do that, then the people watching are going to be like, oh, things weren't that bad. You want to show how bad things were.
And like the
and
next
Leo
day
showed up and we're just calling him the N-word. Like, I'm not talking to you, you know, like, and he was just racist the entire rest of the shooting.
And that's like something
that's probably really good. Like, that's a good point.
And I feel like
they're trying to tell a story.
that's where I think Depp comes in, but I don't know if Depp goes to. I haven't heard of stories that Depp goes to that length of his character, which is where I think DiCaprio meets the middle between Christian Bale.
I think all we determined from this is that DiCaprio is the best actor of that time.
Oh, dude.
I think that's what this has become, and I don't hate it. But
dude, I got a quick story on that Sunday.
it's been an hour.
I'll tell you what,
It's been 4 hot takes in an hour. That's insane.
Do we care about time? Who's watching?
Okay, real quick. Marty Supreme, basically, apparently Tyler, the creator, was his first time on set, and Josh Safdie, this is Safdie was telling the story. Safdie, that's the director, said he gave him a book of like New York slang from that time of the movie, the 1950s and stuff. And he was like, Tyler, like your casting and stuff, I loved hearing you talk about your audition because you're a words guy. Like I hear your songs and stuff, and the way you have observational humor, the way you sing is, I just love that. Read this book on slang, come up with your own slang words and stuff. He came up with sun dodger for a white person and stuff like that.
That's really funny.
Yeah, that's pretty good, a sun dodger. Yeah, and so basically at one point though, he said Chalamet, when he got stressed, he would just get really in character, and he would like in between takes, whenever someone messed up, he wouldn't change his like character and stuff. And so Marty Supreme was an asshole in the movie. And so at one point, Tyler, the creator, Safdie had an assistant hand him a book, and he just looked down and he was like, and I just love the picture of this interaction. You'll like to see your Tyler guy. He was like, hey, Timmy, what do I have to read all of this? And he was like, I don't fucking know. Okay, I'm trying to focus on a scene. Can you talk to your boss? Why are you talking to me about this? Okay, don't waste my time with this. And then he was like, okay, Josh, do I need to read all of this? And Josh was like, I'm in the middle of something right now, Tyler. Okay, it's like I'm trying to get a set. We're trying to get these figured out. Can you just like act like you? I know you haven't. Can you act like you've been here before? And Tyler was like, I'm sorry, guys. Because he was like, I don't have any method. He was like, I don't have any.
I think that's like one interesting thing is like making the jump from like a non-movie to like a movie. Actors are weird, dude. They're weird.
Safdie was talking. He was
they have like a switch. They just like bang. Yeah. I'm no longer Chalamet. I'm Marty Supreme.
Was talking about how it's like they're like we all have like a vision that we vividly see, and when anything's slightly different, we flip out, and then we're all just kind of flipping out at each other. And then he was like, as a director, you kind of just have to be a drill sergeant, or you have to be so confident in your visionary abilities that you can like take input and stuff, and just about that.
Yeah, like you think athletes are superstitious. Wait till you see like an.
Oh my god.
Well, I think actors are probably the weirdest celebrities out there. Besides, I don't know.
Maybe you just don't know too much outside of their characters.
Yeah.
What were you about to say? You said outside of.
I was trying to think of like I feel like top like some like top. Like artists are really weird. I think I'm mainly thinking Kanye, but
Leo puts in
that's a special case.
During sex. DiCaprio gets the AirPods in. He says he likes to listen to music and maximizes the like sensualness of the sex.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I've never heard that before.
I think that shows how much he disassociates from human connection.
I feel like he is might just be a sociopath.
No,
especially the whole like 25-year-old cutoff. That's weird.
Yeah, dude. Like I mean. I feel like you have to be a little. If crazy is a spectrum, they're all far.
I do agree though. In order to be able to so like well and effortlessly switch to be another person, you have to be so out of reality, like psychotic.
Exactly. You have to be
able to like disconnect from your
Yeah, like you cannot be DiCaprio anymore. You are.
I think it's like
universe.
tear yourself apart, you put yourself back together. If you're so disassociated from reality, and then you feel left out, and Lewis talked about this, you feel left out your whole life, and so you notice from like a procedural way, like, oh, this person said this and he laughed, this person said this and he likes, and this person said this and it was mean, and then it becomes such a cause and effect thing that you know exactly how to formulate yourself to be any type of personality in any situation, and then you're a good actor. And I think that's what actors are, basically.
And I think that's what Johnny Depp can do best.
And that's why.
Full circle.
Yeah, one of my favorite takes is that all actors are autistic geniuses. That's one of my like hot takes.
That might be a fun one.
That might be a next year one.
Okay, I can see that.
I want to think about that and stuff. But yeah, but sneak peek.
I think that's all for our episode.
All 4 of our hot takes in 1 hour.
3 minutes later.
Oh boy.
And we have shared 4 hot takes, an hour of fun, joy, and laughter, and found out.
How do we do this when there's like an actual script? How do we do it? When
I think I like it better like this.
This is way better.
I think this is
more
awesome.
fun. This is more fun to go through, but I think especially when we have other people on.
I mean, if there are new people, this is not going to be a.
No.
Let's
This
just
is
think,
gonna
like,
be a
why are we
weird-
able to get through it so quickly in 30 minutes or 40 minutes with a script? It's because of me. So,
Holy ego.
Yeah, now we're changing.
ego last time. I had
Dude,
ego.
we were doing so well.
I had ego last time. I had ego this time.
I mean, then that was the pager test. Like, I'm the best. We're learning a lot about Brian these last few weeks.
We need a lot of new hosts.
If no one else is going to toot your horn, you got to toot your own. So that's what I'll leave you on. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Who's gonna go and?
Someone's
Yeah,
gotta
we're acting like the outro is just gonna go to black.
And
The
go
scenes
there.
are
We have another
I was looking
like
at
15
that.
seconds to talk to the people. Talk to the
We're gonna have
masses.
fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did stay all this time,
Let us know if you like us just yapping.
yeah,
For an
let us
hour.
know. Comment below. But I hope you guys enjoy. See you next time.
Now we sit here and wait.
How about I would end it with that?
We're still not muted.